Hi, my name is Cheri. Welcome to my stamp studio. Today I'm going to be showing you a super quick card. It's a card that we're going to make at my stamp camp in March. And actually, if you're coming to camp in March, I have two variations. Well, right now I have one variation. I will have the second variation after I do this one because I'm not quite sure about what colors I want to use. So if you are coming to camp, you'll want to pop over to my Facebook where I'll have a little poll of which color combination you like better. I'm going to be using the Rise and Shine, and this stamp set is free through the end of March. So it's free with a $100 purchase, and I have some additional specials as well. So you'll want to pop over to my Facebook or my blog to see my March specials. It's super cute. It goes with the holiday dies, the Cup of Cheer. So if you got those back in like the fall or around Christmas, because it did go with the Christmas kind of hot chocolate set, then you already have the dies, or you can still buy them now, and that can go towards your $100 that you need. So I wanted to tell you that sometimes when you're creating a card, I know some of you are always messaging me and saying the hardest part of stamping for you is to create. Well, one, you're welcome to copy anything you see on my channel. If you're just stamping at home and you need an idea, just copy. And sometimes I even do videos on how I change my own things. But for this one, I'm going to take these two cards here and kind of smuck them together. So I did want you to see this. If you have the catalog, you can kind of see what I did, because I really think this card's cute, but I wanted to use the mugs because this will be the only time we get to use this stamp set and die set at a class or a camp. So if you don't have this, then you can look on my website, go under the shop now, or go over to my latest blog, or I don't know if I put it in my blog post, but sign up for my email list and I tell you how to get there. But here's the stamp set, super cute, photopolymer, and it's reversible, which means you can get the mugs to go both ways, which you can see here. So these are two cards that I've already made with the stamp set that do have tutorials up on my YouTube channel. So you can hop over and see those. So there's a bunch of ways that you can use this set. So let's get going with it. It's really cold in my house. I'm gonna move my sleeves down. I've been having my hands, my rings won't even stay up. So I'm gonna go to a spring color combination, and this is what I've changed. I've changed the colors because I did use Blushing Bright on the first one, and I'm going to change to Petal Pink for this one, and we'll see which one we like better. Sometimes Petal Pink is really close to Grapefruit Grove, so we'll see which one we like. But this set, like I said, has reversibles. So first I'm going to stamp with my Flirty Flamingo, and I'm gonna make some background paper for this. So all we're gonna use is basic cardstock. This would be great if you're new to stamping. This would be a really fun stamp set to get, because you could get a bunch of ink pads and be able to get the stamp set for free. So I'm just gonna kind of fill the edges up, and you can see it's a fun spring little flower, and this is Flirty Flamingo. And I do have this stamping pad underneath it, and you can get this out of the catalog. And it just gives it, when you're using the photopolymer, it gives a nicer base to stamp on. And if you watch my channel, a lot of times I say I should be using it and I don't, but because I'm doing so much stamping with this, I did want to use it. And especially on the mugs, it just gives a much nicer impression. So got that. Now, here's the reversible part. I'm going to take this and I'm going to clean it off over on my chamois, which this is you have to have a chamois. If you don't have a chamois, I don't know how you're stamping. So I'm going to flip this over. And then I'm going to go to Grapefruit Grove. I don't know why I'm moving my stamp pad so far out of the way, kind of because this thing takes up room, which when you're filming, this is often why I don't use it, because I just don't have a lot of room right here. So now you can see the petals go a different direction, and I've also lost the center, which just gives it a different little look. So fill in with some grapefruit flowers. So you get, on a lot of the stamps, you can look in the catalog, but you get 2 images for 1 stamp, which is kind of fun. So just fill in. I want the Flirty Flamingo to be like one of the bold colors, because that's the background, my base cardstock. So there we've got that, and I'm kind of leaving the center open. I don't need to fill everywhere. So there we got that. Clean that off, and then I'm gonna pop it over again because I'm gonna use that. And then I've got this little teensy tiny flower, which you can also spin it around, but I'm not going to on this one. And then this time I have Petal Pink. On my other card, I've used Blushing Bride, and we'll just see kind of which one I like better. So this time, because when this dries, it's a little bit different than the Grapefruit Grove, but they're really similar colors. It's a lighter version of Grapefruit. So I'm just filling it in, but it will take it drying before you can see the difference. And I'm just filling in some of these. The paper is very different, but the inks can be kind of similar. I like the Blushing Bride, but Blushing Bride has a tinge of brown to it, which I liked the ink on the card, but then when I added the cardstock, it was a little browner than I wanted. So I'm just kind of playing with it. So we've got that. And then we have Coastal Cabana. It comes with a little leaf. Let me see how fun this just fills up the paper. So sometimes if you don't have the paper that you're looking for, just make your own. So the fastest way I find to do this is just spin your paper. Instead of spinning your stamp, just spin your paper around. That way your stamps are going all different directions instead of all going the same way. So just kind of spin them around, get some leaves everywhere. You don't need a ton of them. I just want some touches of green. Make sure I just have some on all points of the card. Maybe one up here. And they can overlap. These colors, I went with lighter colors so they didn't get muddy. And maybe one here. Every card that you would create would be a little bit different on that. So here's our background. Super cute. And you'll see as this starts to dry, it will lighten up. You can already see some of it's getting lighter now than the grapefruit. And you can go over to my website afterwards and I'll take some close-up pictures of both this and the Blushing Bride. So now let's take this piece here. We're gonna stamp our mugs. So I'm gonna do one of those in the Calypso. And these you can flip around so you get different directions. I don't need to for this card because I just need two and I'm using both of the mugs. Oops, I thought, look, I have something stuck on my stamp. It's a little piece of die cut from the last time I made a card. So we'll do another one. Just flip that over. And I'll just do it right here. I could probably use it because I'm gonna use tags and I could probably cover it up, but it's just paper, right? And I have tons of it, especially vanilla, and this is vanilla. If you wanted a little brighter card, you could go with white. But sometimes I like the look that the vanilla gives. And then this, I'm gonna do Petal Pink, and on my other card it is Blushing Bride. So again, this was a little bit more of the brown tinge. And I freshly inked this, so I'll have to be careful when I stamp. It may take two as well, because it was a little bit needing re-inked. So we'll see. Looks like it's gonna be good. Yep. So I've got that. And then here's a little secret. This is gonna end up being one of our background pieces, but it's all gonna get covered up. You can see I've cut it so it's 4 by 5 1/4, and then this is a 1/4 inch smaller all the way around, but all that's gonna get covered up. So I need a little banner for some words. So I'm just gonna use straight from the middle of this. And this says, let's hang out soon. So sometimes people are like, I'm not sure why I would use this. I think it's perfect like for somebody's birthday. If you're not gonna see them on their birthday, this is a great card to send them, and you can put happy birthday on the inside and maybe like send them an invitation to get together to celebrate their birthday. Okay, now let's go back over to this. And you see this has this little circle. The stamp set comes with several things that you can put in the middle, but I told you that I needed to flip that back over because I wanted the Calypso side. And then you can just add that in the center. And then let's get our die cutting machine. couple of different things we're gonna cut. Let's do it this way. We have my messed up mug, so we don't need that. This is from one of the Halloween set that carried over. I just wanted something that would make a label. Wrong way. There we go. And then I need 2 of these, and I wanted to do them without the words. That way I can kind of control where I'm putting my words. So send this through. So now it just takes one pass. We have our mugs. We have one of our little tags, and I do need another one. So this time I can send it through with this. I don't need to do it over there, except I'm not sure that if I'm in camera view. So this just barely fits, so you want to make sure that you get, I cut off a tiny bit of the L, the little scoopy, so I could get it, and then I'll get another tag. But anytime you're gonna layer, if you're gonna use something else on the card that matches, just go ahead and rip it right out of the back of that layer, because nobody's ever gonna see it. And it's a great way to save some paper. I'm gonna take that over there, and then I'm gonna take these 2 pieces before I move my die cut machine out of the way. Move these. And then this is one of my favorite of our folders, and it is the settle. So I'm gonna lay this in here. And in here, it's just gonna give it a little bit of texture. Always send it through with the fold. And just one pass, and it gives it a nice little texture. Pull this out of the way. I don't really need this anymore. I'm gonna do a little bit more stamping, but it doesn't really need it. Okay, so let's stick it all together. So I have my Calypso Coral. I know, Flirty Flamingo, sorry. I'm looking at the stamp pad. And then let's take this piece here. And just stick it on here. So you'll really notice the difference in the cardstocks. And now as this is drying, you can see it's lightening up from the grapefruit. But a lot of times when people stamp, they forget that there is a dry time to the ink, especially when it's been freshly re-inked because it's super wet. And they'll say, oh, those are the same colors. Well, both of them need time to dry, so you can really see here. And I will get some close-up pictures so you can kind of see, like right here where this is the darker and that's the lighter. So it is getting lighter. So let's take our little tags and let's do this in, I don't know, I might switch the colors up. Maybe not. I think I'll do them in grapefruit. I don't remember what I did in my first card. So there's little things that say coffee. And one that says tea. Obviously, if you're giving this to somebody and you both just drink one or the other, then you don't have to use both of them. But I wanted to use both. Let's pop out our cups. Okay, and then I took the little saying, I wanted it to kind of have some depth to it, so just kind of, this is part of the reason that I used the die, because it gives it, the paper, a little bit of wiggle room. So take 2 dimensionals here. And then when you stick them on, kind of make sure that someplace on here is a little bit raised up. So you can see I got some height here. And then take another one and take the backing off so both sides are open. And just kind of slide it under here. There you go, you don't want it to touch. And then that way it's there so it doesn't smash down, but it's got a little bit of a loop there. Okay, let's stick these on. We need, this is our grapefruit twine, and it comes out of the Nature's Poem twine. Do I not have any scissors laying here? Because you know, I have to cut a million things. Let me get another pair of scissors. They're probably all over where I was cutting cardstock because I only have like 6 pairs of snips. So you just need a tiny little piece of these. And then let's take the top and just start with some snail and just lay your twine in the adhesive. And then take a dimensional to sandwich it in between there. And then take your cups and just add that there. Then you'll be able to work with where you want to place them once you have them on your card. That piece was a little long because I was talking when I cut it. So let's get this one. Since we have more, I'll make sure that it's all stuck. So start first with your mug. It's just on there, and then take the backing off. Oh, that one I already did. And just kind of put it, make sure it stays on your card, but the twine can go off. And then the same over here. That one I did not take off. I didn't think I'd taken off either one of them, but I guess I had. That there. And then you may need a glue dot if you feel like this is going to pop up, which on my other card I did take glue dots and just put them right here under the, like right where this twine is, just to hold that down. And then these are our sequins. And I just took, let's take some white ones on this. They show up nicely on this vanilla background. Let's put one here. And most of the colors work, so you can use whichever of the colors that you want because they're all shades of. In fact, there are some also ones that are really kind of a vanilla color that look pretty on it. And the ones that are kind of the Blushing Bride Grapefruit Grove-ish, they look great on it as well. So there we go, super easy. And again, I think it makes, I mean, it can be just because you're missing somebody. You have somebody coming home from college. You have somebody coming for vacation over the summer. If you can't get together with your mom for Mother's Day, then you could send this before Mother's Day. So here it is. Not a huge difference between the Petal Pink, and you can see here the Blushing Bride. It was really this piece, when I put this here, it just kind of made the card a little bit darker than I wanted it to be. So you could put that on white and kind of brighten it up. And it also goes to show you that if you don't have the exact color that somebody made a project in, don't let that stop you. Because if you didn't have Blushing Bride, don't think, oh, I can't make that card. Just change it over. In fact, you could do these in yellows and purples. You could do any color combination. Really, all you need is some shade of green. And a lot of people don't even consider like Bermuda Bay or Calypso green. I do. They're kind of a greeny blue, and they kind of work with whatever. But you could do this in the fall. You could do a winter version. So I hope you enjoyed that. If you're coming to camp, I will put both of these up and say which one you like better. I have a feeling that, especially by the time I take a picture, there's not going to be a huge amount of difference in the colors. But I did add a little bit of sparkle to this to kind of brighten that up. This one does not need that. and which I like because I liked the matte version. That's why I went with the vanilla, and why I went with some embellishments that were kind of a more matte feel. So I hope you like that. Remember, this set is only available till the end of March, but it is free. So kind of bad news, good news thing there. Have a great day. Bye.